Hi everyone, this is Warren here. In this video, I am providing you a quick update on Bitcoin and the cryptocurrencies market. Due to the recent severe correction in the Bitcoin price, many of you would have wondered, has the bull market finally ends? In this video, we will be discussing a few points, and at the end of this video, you are going to have a quick answer to whether the bull market has indeed ended or it is perfectly healthy, bull market is still relatively intact and going in the next upwave, possibly in the continuation of the bull market. For many of you who are new to TokenClan, be sure to click the subscribe button, notification bell for more videos like this. And also, join our TokenClan Telegram channel where you will find up-to-date news on cryptocurrencies that interest us most. We will be putting up in the Telegram channel. There is also a crypto starter pack where you can win yourself Bitcoins and a copy of my book and a digital course that will get you started quickly in the cryptocurrencies market. With that, let's get started. Hi everyone, I know that it has been a while that I have created a video or a technical analysis of the Bitcoin markets. The previous one that I have done was in 5th of January 2021 discussing about price prediction for Bitcoins in the year 2021. Now in this video I'm going to provide you some updates to the points that I have discussed in this video. Now, if you haven't watched this video, be sure to go to TokenClan and look for the 5th Jan ring-in year 2021 with 10x return on Bitcoin. Inside the video, I discussed a few points. I talk about a healthy bull run in 2017 and I superimposed that price pattern into the current bull market. And I talk about 20% to 40% of price corrections in a healthy bull market is going to be expected. On the 19th of May, we have quite a severe correction from the top of $64,800 to a low of $30,000. And this measures to be about 54% depending on which price feed that you are looking at. It is about 53 to 54% correction. Now clearly, inside the previous video, I talked about 20 to 40%. I show you this chart. If you put Bitcoin price in a weekly chart, you are going to see this kind of pattern in the previous bull market. This is from 2016 to 2017, this bull run. Now inside this and also in my previous video, we talk about 20 to 40% corrections are healthy. And immediately after we have this correction, I tweeted out the first tweet on 19th, first serious correction in 2021, and you are talking about Bitcoin bear market. Are you serious? Let me give you reasons why I have think in this way. Firstly, even though it is clearly beyond the kind of corrections we have seen in 2017. However, I want to put this to your attention that this bull run started in sometime in November 13. And it went up from the price of 20k, from 16k to 64k in US dollars in a short span of 6 months. It doubles itself, it triples itself in 6 months, without any severe corrections that we have faced. And this one was the first severe correction we have experienced since the big bull run where all-time high was experienced every few days. And we know that a correction is long overdue. It's just a matter of when, and it seems that it has happened on the 19th of May 2021. And that is the first severe correction we have seen so far in the Bitcoin markets for the year 2021, or to be precise, the first severe correction since the bull market has started. And that is why, even though the correction is way beyond the healthy level, that blocks the first severe correction in 2021, and I don't believe that the first and only severe corrections to the bull markets will eventually end the bull market and starts the next bear market. So that 4-year cycles doesn't support that. First severe corrections ends the crypto bull market doesn't seem like high possibility to me. And of course, the next thing I want to give you some kind of perspective is that the previous correction we have, which is just maybe 14-15 months ago, that has happened in March 2020. And that was here in this chart. If we measure it, that was a 63% correction in March 2020. That was like close to 1 year ago. Many in the space seems to forget about this kind of correction happening to Bitcoin. Bitcoin is highly volatile. Now, everyone is so used to Bitcoin generating 20, 40%, 100% returns, 200% returns. But while many are comfortable with this kind of returns on the upside, but many, unfortunately, is not ready for that kind of downside risk. What Bitcoin can move up, it can also go in the downside direction in terms of magnitude. Now we have seen 63% in March. Now the current one is 53% corrections here to here. And to bring all of this correction into perspective, you see that this is 53%. And here I was talking about March 12th, 60%. Throughout Bitcoin history, we have so many kinds of severe corrections. Now, if we take a look, 2017, we have 20 to 40% corrections. But if you bring back further, 2012, 2013, the corrections were also as severe, 49, 56%. While this 83%, it marks a crash, and this 16% would be a crash, and so on. But the rest, we have seen Bitcoin having a 50 to 60% correction before. Although I wouldn't say that it is normal, but it is severe. The severity of it, in my opinion, may not have ended the bull market. Because based on these three data, it clearly supports that Bitcoin volatility is there. If you accept Bitcoin volatility to the upside, then likewise you should accept the Bitcoin volatility to the downside. With that, I also want to point you to the fourth data that I want to share that with you. If you see that this superimposed price pattern that I have created in the past video for how it is done, be sure to refer to my previous video on the 5th January 2021 on how I superimpose this. To keep this video short, I'm going to zoom in that if you happen to know that this history was such a great reference point for the current bull market cycle. We see some corrections over here. Look at the blue bars. And you see that we have a significant correction over here as well. And in fact, this correction was so timed so well. Taking reference from the previous one, they were almost timed at the same time, where in history, we see this correction, 42%. And also, in reality, we have 53% or 51%, depending on which price feed that you take reference from. The next data point I want to bring you, to inform you, is that the price spiked down to S3 and eventually shoot up to S2 levels. Now this S3 levels is extremely important. It is a key indicator of how much the Bitcoin prices that can drop. This S3 marks at 30k and it spikes down to that spot, and eventually when there's a lot of buying pressures over here, that explains why. Why would the S3 be expected? Because in the bull market on February 19, we break the resistance 3. This is a standard pivot point level. In the history of technical analysis, at least if you apply standard pivot points indicator and turn on all of these R1, R2, S1, S2, S3 levels, if you study the Bitcoin daily charts, and if you bring back in time, each time the market breaks R3, S3 touch is waiting, is week or months away from being touched. The extreme exuberance upsides started the bull market, and market keep going up with a lot of optimism. And on the 19th February, we hit the R3, which is extreme on the upside, and it corrects itself a bit and continue to break all-time high. Now each time, if you bring back in time, if you study the 2017, 2016, each time when we hit R3, we are just weeks or months away from an S3 touch. And this market, it is not any different from the previous bull market. S3 is now touched. And based on the previous data, I certainly believe if this isn't touched, I will be looking forward to more downside risk. However, once this S3 is touched, I'm looking for a recovery next. In the next few days or weeks, I'm not too sure when, I'm looking forward to a V-shaped recovery. Now, most people would like to have a V-shaped recovery, like what happens in March 2020, and this V-shapes immediately happen. Will this happen again in May? I think in March, the S3 was touched, and it was so bearish at that time because it was a bear market technically. The bull market haven't started. It was so bearish, market sentiment was so bearish, even an S4 was touched. Now when S3 is touched, we're going to expect an R3 next. R3 came in November 2020, where the break of the all-time high of Bitcoin markets. And we keep going, and then R3 was touched. And now an S3 is touched again. And in the next few months, and if data don't fail us, I personally believe that we are going for a swift recovery, and in the next 30 to 60 days, you are going to wish that you would have accumulated more cryptos during the 19 May dip. It is presenting a great opportunity for many people who are still considering to buy more Bitcoins or buy more cryptocurrencies. As such, I personally believe that the bull market is intact and is extremely healthy, that we have this correction that is long overdue. And I personally that from now or in the next few days, we are going to see swift recoveries of the Bitcoin prices, and we are going to see more Bitcoin dominance thereafter. And likewise, there will be altcoins prices would suffer a bit during a Bitcoin dominance run. These cycles happen and happen again, and then the bull market continues. Here are the few points that I have presented myself, and that's why I want to share that with you. If you have your opinion, be sure to share it in the comments right below this video. The next thing is that people say that this dip due to the China ban. I want to point you to the direction that if you are in crypto long enough, you know that China bans crypto, bans Bitcoin every year. And pieces of news don't come as a surprise to the Bitcoin hodlers, the long-term hodlers. In fact, it is a meme, it is a joke. Every year we seem to find that the China bans Bitcoin or bans crypto. You can do a search online for the news articles that talks about every year China has been consistently doing that. Straight after the dip, this is why I love crypto exchanges. Centralized crypto exchanges have record trading volumes on the good and bad days of crypto. It is back to business. It is like normal business days for exchange business. And same thing for DeFi, decentralized exchanges. In the DeFi world, we see PancakeSwap, Uniswap, SushiSwap, Index, Curve, and 1inch exchange having record volumes. And finally, I want to end it with a quote from CZ. In the previous few days, the market has changed hands. Now, let me quote him: if the market don't shake out the weak hands, it won't have a strong foundation to grow further. With weak hands in there, at some point it must have a retracement. Not sure which one causes which, but after a shakeout, the foundation is stronger. During this dip, many people who have overextended themselves with some forms of leverage will be shaken out. People who are speculated Bitcoin or who are in Bitcoin for a quick buck, these people would have shaken out, would have panic sold their Bitcoin and crypto positions. And during this flow, Bitcoin was changed hand from the weak to the strong hands, and eventually the strong hand will hodl their cryptocurrencies, and we see the price levels getting supported, and eventually the next upswing will happen. Now this cycle has repeated itself many times and many folds. And it is not just happening now only, it has happened multiple times. We have seen it happen so many times. It is no different at all. Nothing has changed. The bull market is intact. If you enjoy our content and you wish to know more and want more of this content, be sure to like our video and subscribe to our channel. This is the motivation that makes us want to create more valuable and content-rich videos for you. I want to see you in the next video. Bye.